Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hingham Athletics' continuing coverage of Harborwomen basketball. This afternoon, the Freshmen welcome the Hawks of Hanover High School. Hi again, everyone. Greg Partika, nice to have you with us this afternoon on what is Patriot Cup opening day for the Harborwomen. This is also the final game of the season for both the Freshmen and junior varsity. We are actually waiting on our officials at this point. And we might be delayed, or we may have the coaches put on some zebra uniforms and start a game, which isn't unusual. We'll see what actually happens. But this is the first of three games this afternoon. The Freshmen will be playing the Hawks of Hanover High School, and hopefully I will refer to the Hawks enough and not the Indians, which was their former mascot. The junior varsity will be hosting the Panthers of Plymouth South at 5 o'clock, and then the Patriot Cup officially gets underway with the varsity game at 6:30 tonight. So as I mentioned, we're waiting on the game officials, which they're normally here way in advance. They're usually here as a general rule by about 10 to 15 minutes, sometimes a half an hour before the game. And they've yet to make an appearance. And fun fact for those of you who follow basketball closely, generally we have two crews working a triple header. The crew that works the freshman game generally works the junior varsity game, and then there's a separate set of officials for the varsity game. So the fact that they're not here now for the freshman game leads some speculation about the junior varsity game as to what we're actually going to see. Or they may have thought there's only a junior varsity game and no freshman game. But I can tell you both the Hanover Hawks and Harborwomen of Hingham are here. They are ready to play. We are ready to start on time. It's just a matter of, hey, officials, where are you? And I'm sure the athletic office here in Hingham are making some frantic calls to Arbitrator, which is the app that is used to schedule the officials throughout the MIAA system, and saying, guys, where are you? Or ladies, depending on who's actually assigned to work the game today. And I'm sure calls are being sent to league officials right now trying to ascertain where they are. It's sometimes unusual, not unusual, that one of the two officials will show and the other one's late, stuck in traffic, that kind of thing. It's very highly unusual that both officials are missing, which generally leads you to believe that when this happens, it's a scheduling problem as opposed to just one official being late. So Brad Matten is coming onto the floor, the freshman coach in his second season here. He may be forced to take out a whistle. We'll see what happens. That in itself is problematic because by definition, the officials use electronic whistles because the officials, like all the players, are used to wearing masks. If you're new to the global pandemic and you haven't seen a game before, either in person at your home venue or on tape, I'll quickly go over the rules here while we have a minute. There is no jump ball to start the game. Rather, first possession is determined by a coin toss, and then after that it's alternating possession on jump ball like it is throughout the rest of the game. Timeouts have been extended from 1 minute, which is customary, to 1 minute and 15 seconds. During the quarter breaks, quarters are 2 minutes and 30 seconds, and that includes halftime. So the official timeouts of 2 minutes and 30 seconds replaces the 10-minute timeout. We'll talk about side outs as opposed to baskets being ball being inbounded underneath your own offensive basket, and free throw shooting as it comes up. The Hanover Hawks have taken the floor. They are a lean, mean fighting machine today, as they have 7 dressed in uniform today. And yes, for those of you who are wondering, you can finish a game with less than 5 players, but you must have at least 5 on the floor to start. So out there for the Hawks, we have Sophia Foley. We have Abby Smith. It's always fun trying to read numbers. I don't have my headset on today, folks, so I'm actually talking into the camera, so I think as I yell their names out, they're actually hearing their names, and they're turning around and going, what? We have Claire Kennedy, probably most likely based on height, will be playing at center. We also have Kenzie Foley out there. I can't pick up the last name yet because she's being shielded by Sophia. We'll pick up the starter for you in a second. The Harborwomen have taken the floor. Brad's rolling basketballs off, and we'll figure out what we're actually going to do. Looks like Brad's going to be the official in charge this afternoon. So if there are any bad calls here, fans, you can rest assured that Matton's going to have it. Brad may do a formal jump ball here. He's got his ball in the hand as if he's going to have a jump ball, or he's just going to he's going to give the ball as a nice play out here. He's just going to give the ball to the Hawks, being the gracious player that he is and the home fan. And we're here and we're underway here in Hingham. Glad to have you with us on Hingham Athletics live stream 2 here on a Friday of Valentine's weekend. This is Kate. Over to Abby Smith. Kenzie Foley swings it over to Claire Kennedy. Comes around on the other screen. 7 to shoot. Time's running down. Claire with the long 3. In and out. Loose ball comes to Hingham, and back from the Harborwomen. Caroline Turnak starts to play back up the floor. Swings in the corner to Nina Crean. Jumper from the long side is short. Everything to play like we've got 2 Ninas out there on the floor now. Jumper off the back rim is no good. Loose ball picked up by Kenzie Foley, and back come the Hawks. First minute of play here, no score from the high school. Little jumper in the lane, score the basket. Claire Kennedy with the first 2 points of the game, and the Hawks lead 2-0. Nina Crean loses control, plenty of time. Gets it over to Caroline Turnick. Down low it goes to Hope Williams. Hope with a nice pass inside. Ball goes off a player, and Brad Matton, our official, calls it Hawks ball. 6:23 to play. I doubt there'll be many fouls called. Kenzie Foley back out front to Abby Smith. Swings it. That's Foley back out top inside the top of the key to Kennedy. Back to Foley. Jumper short on the glass. Glass is cleared by Hope, and Williams will give it to Crean. Crean calls UCLA as the play set, and we come over half court. Bounce pass out to Abby. Abby was looking inside, couldn't get it to Nina. Got a 40% chance of being right now if you say Nina's got the ball. Abby with 6 seconds to shoot. They may have lost track of the shot clock time. No, yeah. Don't know.
Yeah, because someone just called to the live stream.
Go to live stream 2. Go to Hingham Athletics live stream 2. You get this feed.
Live stream.
Hingham Athletics live stream 2
Okay.
is my feed.
How to turn that on?
Mary Ellen would know, or if Eugene's in the building, he would know. So actually, that was Al Blasdale, the trainer who just came by, and I'll explain what's going on in a second. Jumper is good. It's kind of funny to have the coach also be the official. It's 4-0. That was Kenzie Foley with the jumper. We actually have 2 live stream channels on Hingham Athletics. Hingham Athletics on the live stream on YouTube gives you the camera feed from what is considered to be our huddle ceiling camera. It doesn't have any commentary. Hingham Athletics live stream 2 is our camera feed here at half court, and it has my commentary. Right now, the huddle camera feed is off at the ceiling. So the only way to watch the game right now is on live stream 2. So Al was like, do you know how to turn on the live stream camera from upstairs? And I go, no, I never have had the pleasure. Anyway, 4:46 remaining here in the first, 4-0 Hawks. Kennedy with the drive, off the back rim, rebound out to the Hawks, that's Foley. Back out to Kennedy. Kennedy launches jumper off the back rim, finally controlled by the Harborwomen, nearly stolen in the back court. Nora Andrews, back out to Sarah Bruce, new 5 on the floor for the Harborwomen. Back come the Hawks. Kate with a runner off the glass, a little too strong. Picked up on the inline by Joanna Estes. She loses the ball to Kate on a nice steal. Kate's jumper is off the back of the rim. Loose ball for it. And we're going to have alternating possession. And we're going to call it blue ball, but actually I don't think they ever changed the possession arrow. It should have been white, but that's okay. Checking into the game now is Ashley Stracco for the Hawks. Foley's runner's no good. Loose ball, and we'll have another alternating possession. It'll go to Hingham. So it's Hingham ball. Shouldn't be side out here. It should be a white possession, but in any case, Hanover applying the full court pressure, and they get forced a turnover. 3:39 remaining here in the first. It's 4-0 our score. And for those of you looking for the game on Hingham Athletics, the camera I can report is now up and running, so if you want the ceiling level version of the game, you can get that on Hingham Athletics on YouTube. If you want the floor level version of the game, stay with us here on live stream too. Off the missed shot, here's Sarah Bruce rather. Sarah over the timeline. Jumper strong. Nora Andrews with it. Here comes Foley for the Hawks. Foley with the elbow push, but Brad's not going to see it from where he is. No harm, no foul. Jumper on the way from Foley is short. Chase gets the offensive board, looking for Kennedy. Kennedy around to Stracco. They'll swing it 5 to shoot as the jump shot was short. Rebound off the Kate miss. Comes to Hingham. And Duggan had it, but lost control. Duggan gets it back. And here come the Harborwomen with 2:30 remaining in the first. They're still looking for their first basket. It's only 4-0. On the dribble penetration, it's short. That was Nora with the shot. Andrews made it short. Ball will go out. It's going to be a Hingham side out. And side out basically means an offensive possession does not inbound underneath the basket. It's rather foul line extended to minimize contact. That is one of the rule modification rules. So it'll be sideline out at the foul line extended. You can still run box formations as if you did underneath your own basket. You're just going in the opposite direction. So new 5 out there for Hingham. Ball stolen on the play. Here comes Sophia Foley, length to length. Off the glass, no good. Ball will go out of bounds. And Brad makes the call, and basically it stays Hawks ball. 2:03 to play here in the first. Glad to have you with us on the live stream. It's still 4-0 Hanover. Abby Smith to inbound. Jump shot is off the back of the rim. Late pass goes too far. Foley turns it back quickly the other way to Kenzie Foley, who lays it in. So 4 in the game. for Kenzie. It's 6-0 the score. And here comes Sarah Kelly. She falls loose on the floor. Picked off by Kenzie Foley. The fans are giving Brad Matten a hard time for his lack of calling things on the floor. But what are you going to do? Chase scores, and it's 8-0 Hawks. It's one thing to be gracious hosts, and I think that's what Brad's doing. Here's Kate Hall with it for the Harborwomen. Pass stolen away, back come the Hawks. Little floater is good, score it. Chase with it, 4 in the game for Chase. We're under a minute, it's 10-0. Sarah Foley with the steal. She goes coast to coast and lays it in. So it's 12-0. Sometimes only having a small group is beneficial to a team because you're a well-oiled machine. The Harborwomen, again, for the second consecutive season, boast more than at least 15 players on the freshman roster, which is a great testament to the strength of the youth program. Basket again by Kenzie Foley. The lead's 14 as we approach the final 10 seconds of the quarter. Stifling defensive performance here in the first quarter. Going to have to shoot the jumper, and that's going to be way short. So 14-0 is our score after the first quarter. Kenzie Foley leads all scorers with 6. Kaylin Chase has 4. Sophie Foley has 2. And Claire Kennedy has 2. So as I mentioned, there's not going to be a foul called here. We have our 2-minute and 30-second break here in between the quarters. Coming up here, after this game, the Panthers of Plymouth South will be here for the junior varsity contest, and then we'll have the Patriot Cup opening round game. First round matchup between the Panthers and the Harborwomen. We'll talk more about bracket play and where we are with results a little later on as we get closer to the varsity game. We'll talk about the unusual nature of the Patriot Cup brackets and what that means. You can thank athletic directors of Whitman Hanson, Bob Rogers, and his cohort in crime, Jim Quattromoni and Hingham, for coming up with these brackets. They did this in the fall for hockey, for field hockey and soccer. It's a quite unusual bracket format. They got it out of Australian rules football, if I remember. And I'll explain the brackets to you if you haven't seen them and what the top seeds get to do and not do. Anyway, off the inbounds, it's 14-0 here, with the Hawks comfortably out in front as we start. That was Ashley Stracco with it. Kennedy. Cross court, and the ball's going to go out of bounds. Did it hit a Harborwomen? No. So, Nina Palick to inbound. Nina Crean. So the Ninas are back out on the floor. And the rebound, no. Yes, finally. Break up the team. Nina Palick with the first points of the game. It's 14-2. Ball goes out of bounds, and it went off of Caroline Turnack, and it'll be Hawks ball. 14-2 is our score, 7:23 remaining here in the second. Sophie Foley sets it to Kennedy. Kennedy crosses the lane. Back out to Kate. Kennedy, high post. 14 to shoot, plenty of time. Foley trying to go to Kennedy. Back out to Kate. Foley kicks out, way air ball. And it's going to be Harborwomen ball. Shot clock was running down. We were down to 2 seconds when that shot was launched, so there wasn't an ill-advised shot as much as it was a shot of desperation. Caroline Turnack on the entry pass down low. They're still trying to get organized and picked off nicely by Kate, and we'll go back the other way for the Hawks. 6:30 and counting here in the second. Claire Kennedy's pass is picked off and stolen, but favor is returned as Ashley got her hands on it. Back to Kennedy. Her little jumper is partially blocked. It will be Hawks ball. 6:17 here remaining in the first half. 14-2 is our score if you're just joining us here on the live stream. Ashley to inbound. Kate has it. Back to Ashley. Comes back to Kennedy. Claire with the dribble. Kennedy with the floater. And I think it went off Harborwomen player. I think it's going to remain. No, it didn't. So it'll be Harborwomen ball. 6 minutes even here in the second quarter. Loose ball. And Sophia Foley with it, taking it down to the hole. Just her runner goes a little wide. And here comes Caroline Turnick with it over the timeline. Harborwomen doing a little too much dribbling and not enough passing right now. Because the Hanover defense is extremely aggressive. Best way to defeat it is to pass around it. Little floater again, goes wide. It's off a Harborwomen player and it'll be blue ball. So Ashley to inbound, looking off the screen from Kennedy, gets it to Kate. As Martinelli. Jumper in and out. Glass is cleared by Abby. And the Harborwomen will look to move forward here. Caroline Turnick in the corner. Jumper on the way is going to be off the back of the rim. But Nina's got it, and she'll float it around. And Nina to Nina. Crean kicks it. 3 ball on the way, off the glass, no good. And the ball turns over to the Hawks. Kaylin Chase comes back into the game, as well as Kenzie Foley. Student body substitution for the Harborwomen. Hingham goes into a 2-3 zone. Slightly different look for them. They force the turnover. Here comes Kate Hall. Kate with it, looking to make an entry pass. Long range jumper, no good. Sarah Kelly was looking for the offensive glass, couldn't come up with it. Back come the Hawks. Ball deflected out of bounds. It's going to be Hawks ball. 4:04 to play, 14-2 is their score. If you're just joining us here on the live stream. Kenzie Foley to inbound. Barnelli with it. Calling out the play. She was looking for the entry pass to Chase. Went off her hands, but Foley got it. First 2 points of the quarter for the Hawks. Leads back to 14 as it was to start the quarter. 3:38 to play here in the first half. Maeve Monahan. 3 ball on the way, partially blocked. And back come the Hawks. Foley. Kennedy. Back to Foley. Good anticipation by Nina Palick. She's on the steal. Loose ball on the floor. We'll have a whistle. The jump ball, it's Hingham's possession. Should be a new shot clock. And it is. Entry pass to Kate Hall. Kate dumps it in the corner. 3-ball on the way. Back rim. Foley clears the glass. That's Kenzie. And she'll bring it up. Martinelli to Kenzie. And that's Ashley. Back down low. That was Kennedy. 8 to shoot. Baseline jumper off the glass, no good. Rebound cleared, but poked away from Hall. And the loose ball is picked up by the Hawks. 2:17 and counting here in the second. Martinelli. Corner to Foley. Kenzie with it. The shot's partially blocked. Here comes Kate Hall. Go check that. Length of the floor by Nina Palick. Ball goes out of bounds. It will remain Hingham. Nice coast to coast by Nina. She did everything but finish it. Here comes the student substitutions for the Harbor room. Basically, you play about 2.5 minutes a quarter because you've got 15, so there's 3 groups of 5. And I've mentioned several times on the varsity, on the junior varsity and freshman broadcast this season, it's not so much about the wins and losses, although that's important. It's bringing the talent to the next level. Jumper on the way, count it. Kondracki. The lead is 12 with 1:40 to play here in the first. It's the old 14. Here it comes. Little jumper off the rim, no good. Rebound, it came right back to Foley. Her little jumper is off the back. Rebound controlled by the Harbor women. Here comes Andrews over the timeline. Andrews drives. Andrew off the glass, no good. Rebound again by Andrews off the glass, no good. Here come the Hawks. Foley pulls it back out. Wants to set the offense. They're going to run 14 high, so it's 4 across the top here. Put a couple of screens down to get a look. One of the oldest plays in basketball. From an offensive set, Kenzie Foley, as we're under a minute. Sophia Foley. Long range 3 as the clock resides, but it's ball goes off Foley, and it'll be Hingham ball. It's one of the bread and butter plays in basketball. 14. Well, you 14 high, 4 across the top of the free throw line extended. The point guard runs the plays. You have a couple of screens, and you pop somebody out for either a dribble penetration or a jump shot. 3-ball on the way is off. The follow is good for the basket. Courtney Duggan. So 6 points in the quarter for the Harbor women. The lead's down to 10. Jumper on the way is an air ball, and that's going to end the quarter. So the lead's been cut by 4. It was 14-0 at the end of 1. It's now 16-6 at halftime. Leading scorers in the game, Kenzie Foley for the Hawks has 8. Kaylin Chase still has 4. And we have a collection of Hingham players with 2 each. No fouls, as I said, in the game. I didn't think Brad was going to call anything. Coach Eugene Basinski is in the building now. He's working on the coaching on the officials issue as well. We will most likely have officials here for the junior varsity contest at 5, but I think Brad's working this one by himself. So he's going to take the remaining 2 minutes. Although they put 10 minutes up on the clock, this is only a 2-minute and 30-second break. This is all it's supposed to be, unless they're going to break 10 minutes to see if the officials can get here, and maybe this is by agreement. But this is different than what would normally be done, because normally this would only be a 2-minute and 30-second break. But the way the clock is set up right now, it looks like it's 10 minutes. So that'll give us a chance to talk about the brackets in the Patriot Cup. If you haven't been following any of this yet. So the teams are broken up into brackets like normal. The difference is what happens at the top and bottom of the brackets. Okay? The top 2 seeds, and I should probably back up and start with the basics. The Patriot League is broken up into 12 teams. There's 12 teams in the conference. There are 2 divisions, the Keenan and the Fisher. And generally speaking, the larger schools are in the Keenan and the smaller schools are in the Fisher. That's not always the way it is. Quincy's a little different. It's done by participation. But basically the bigger schools are in the Keenan, the smaller schools are in the Fisher. So you basically have rankings in each conference. The top 2 seeds from each division play each other, which is counterintuitive to anything that you would normally do, because if you were seeding and ranking, your 1 and 2 seeds wouldn't play each other in the first round. Here's where it gets interesting. When your first 2 seeds play, whoever wins goes all the way to the championship game. But the loser is not out of the tournament. The loser drops down into a loser's bracket and can still qualify to get back to the championship game. Okay? So basically, if you look at girls basketball tonight, Situate's the 1 seed in the Fisher. They're going to play Whitman-Hanson, which is the 2 seed coming out of the Keenan. Whoever wins tonight goes all the way to the championship game. Whoever is the loser drops down into a loser's game next Tuesday. All right, but they're in like round 3. We're starting out in round 1 tonight. Okay. Same thing is true on the boys' side. This is what gets kind of insane with this kind of bracketing, but it allows basically reward for good play to immediately jump through a couple of hoops and basically not let you get hung up with, oh, by the way, I lost the game, so therefore, I got upset in the first round, my whole season's gone. And especially with a smaller sampling of games, only having a 10 or some cases an 11-game season instead of your 20-game season, it's an interesting format to follow. So, let me walk you through the girls' bracket right now. 3 games we played last night. Silver Lake knocked off Pembroke. Marshfield defeated Quincy. And North Quincy edged Duxbury. So tonight, the only remaining first-round game is Hingham Plymouth South. The winner of this game will face Silver Lake. Marshfield and North Quincy will play on Saturday in the second round. We have the first round game tonight with Situate and Whitman-Hanson. Like I said, whoever wins this game jumps all the way to the finals game next Saturday. So they basically get a week off and play 1 game to get to the finals. Tomorrow at 11 a.m., Plymouth North will host Hanover. Again, whoever wins that game jumps all the way to the finals. And it's kind of a funny way that actually, I shouldn't say it jumps all the way to the finals. You jump all the way to the semifinals. So I stand corrected. You don't jump all the way to the finals. You jump immediately to the semifinals. So you skip a round. That's basically how I should have described it. So for those of you who I totally screwed it up, you jump over 1 round and you go directly to the semifinals. Okay, because that would be kind of silly. The 2 teams could go to the finals that way. So yes, you jump over in a 4-round tournament. the top 2 seeds got a bye from the first round, and then they jump the third round. So the winner goes straight to the semifinals. The losers actually go into round 3, where they play the winners coming out of round 2. So you can still keep going even if you lose. So to make this insane, basically, if you're a top 1 or 2 seed, you can lose tonight or tomorrow and still keep going. Now, we've really dug deep into the basket. Junior varsity coach Dan Clune is now our referee, for those of you on the live stream. So Clune's in trouble now. Alternating possession goes to the Hawks. We have some semblance of a chance of a foul being called. Matten goes behind the bench. We're going to have some fun. We're underway. Thank you for us being on the live stream here. Kenzie Foley. Martinelli in the corner. We got 14 to shoot. That's Foley in the fourth corner. Jumper is good. Martinelli's first basket of the quarter of the game. The lead is back to 12 at 18-6. Jumper on the way is around the rim and out. A little more offensive life now that Matten is back on the bench. I don't know if that's going to mean anything. Around the rim and out. That was Abby. And we got an alternating possession tie-up. It's going to be Harborwomen ball. It's an alternating... Whoa. It's got to be side out. Maybe we got Eugene Bazinski, the varsity coach here, also being... he's the supervising official. No, he's the trailing official. This is going to be fun. This is what you can do in a freshman game that you can't do probably anyplace else, which is kind of a fun thing. All right, we got 19 to shoot. I should get back and do what I'm supposed to be doing here. Caroline Turnick back outside to Hope Williams. 10 to shoot. Hope on the dribble, has to give it up. Swings back to Nina Crean. Clock running down. And we've got our first foul called. It's going to go on Clara Kennedy, her first in the first team. So a new shot clock. What did I say about a foul actually being called by Clune? All right, so here we go. Ball loose inside, and it's going to go to the Hawks. So the Hawks lead is 12, 6:37 remaining here in the third. Thanks again for joining us on Hingham Athletics live stream 2. Harborwomen applying full court pressure. Loose ball picked up by Martinelli. Her pass goes across court for Foley. Kenzie loses the handle. It'll be Harborwomen ball in the forecourt. Eugene doesn't have the whistle, but Eugene is the trailing official. He will.
I got the whistle.
Oh, he's got the whistle. I stand corrected. Layup no good. Oh, a great steal off the rebound. Palick with the hard move, and she's going to go to the line for 2. Second team and second personal on Clara Kennedy. Nina's free throw is no good. 16-8 is our score. So we have the junior varsity and varsity coach of the Harborwomen working the game now. Back rim, Nina misses both. The lead is still 12. Hingham applying the pressure. Here comes Bordonelli. Swings it to Kennedy. Back to Kate. Kate entry pass over to Foley. That's Kenzie. Got 15 to shoot. Take that back. 3 to shoot, 2 to shoot. And then we're going to have a shot clock violation. I thought there was more time on the clock than there was. Good defensive stand by the Harborwomen. Caroline Turner's entry pass is picked off. Kaylin Chase has it. Harborwomen now playing full court defense. This looks more of a diamond than it does anything else because you've got a safety valve on the way back, but it's don't see the classic trap yet. Nice pass underneath. The layup doesn't go by Kaylin Chase, and back come the Harborwomen. Jumper on the way. Pretty looking shot. Hit the back rim. Thought Korean had the basket there. Hawks with it. Kennedy, top of the key. Top of the arc. Kennedy drives. Kennedy gets fouled. 2 shots. Fouls on Hope Williams, her first. Stated with emphasis by Eugene Basinski. No argument from Matten. I don't think Brad's going to get teed up in this one. But being the last game of the year, you never know. They could have some fun with this. So here comes the student body substitution. To an extent. I think Brad wants to keep a couple players on the floor. Like Kate Hall is still out. Turnick is still out there. So the second is good. It's actually 3-0 here in the third with 5 minutes left. Harborwomen yet to get a bucket. Kate with the entry pass. Swung back to Alexa. Here comes Foley. Over to Foley. The law firm's out on the floor. Back to Kenzie. Kenzie's runner is no. Loose ball. Fits on the floor to Strecco. Floater's good. So Sophia Foley scores. The lead is 15. Largest lead of the game for the Hawks. Pass is stolen by Sophia Foley. She goes length to length. Rebound too strong. She was on her offside. Trying to make a right-handed shot on the left side using her right hand. A little too strong. 3 ball on the way from the corner, around the rim and out. Moynihan wanted that. Didn't get it to fall. Here comes Sophia Foley. She'll take it back out and reset the offense. Foley to Kennedy. Kennedy dribbles back out to Foley. Sophia. Or that was Kenzie, rather. And score it. Foley, or Kennedy, rather, has now 5 in the game. 23-6. Largest lead is now 17. 3:30 to play here in the third. It'll be Hingham ball, no harm, no foul. Now here comes the rest of the student body for Hingham. Kondraki's out there, along with Duggan. Bruce. Andrews is out there in this group. Estes is out there. Little jumper, no, short the mark. And back comes Smith. Pretty give and go, long range, and I believe Kenzie Foley's going to the line. Waiting to see who the call is on. At least the scorers have something to do. They give Sarah Bruce a foul. Hawks substitute in. Bartonelli comes back in. Stracco sits down. Second free throw is good. So there's something going on with the first and third quarters for the Harborwomen today. They've yet to score. We approach 3 minutes. Nora Andrews loses control. She gets it back. Nice delivery there. Back to Bruce. Sarah has it. 10 to shoot. Sarah out to Andrews. Clock is ticking, and this is going to be a back court. So 2:37 to play. 24-6 is the score. Largest lead for the Hawks at 18. In the final game of the season for the Harborwomen, for the Freshmen. Good steal underneath, off the folding miss. But Duggan couldn't hold on to it. Sophia Foley returns the favor on the steal, and back comes the Hawks. That was Chase with it. Swings it on top to Sarah Foley. He gives it to Kenzie Foley. Jumper is good. Give it to Kenzie Foley. That's 11 in the game for the freshie, but then again, they're all freshies at this point. The lead is 20. Baseline entry pass goes to Estes. The jumper outside, score it. Sarah Bruce, first two in the quarter. 26-8 is the score. And we got a traveling violation called. It'll be Harborwomen ball with 1:20 to play. Glad to see the comments coming up on the live stream here. We thank Kimberly Kerr for jumping in on the comments. Down to 10 to shoot. And we're going to get a traveling. Oh, we're going to get a double dribble. Yeah, that's what it was. Bruce called for the double dribble. 57.3 to play. Foley to inbound. Foley to Stracco. Stracco was looking for Smith. Nice defensive play down by Duggan. Knocked it out of bounds. It'll be a sideline out. Once again, a sideline out for the Hawks with 52.3 to play here in the third. Sophia Foley comes around the corner. We'll dump it back out to Pardinelli. Ooh, a little bit of a carry, no call. Loose ball, nicely picked up. We'll have a foul on the play. It should be on Sophia Foley. That's her first. Team third, 38 seconds to play. Courtney to inbound. UCLA is the call from Miss Bruce. Bruce makes the drive. Bruce had it halfway down. She gets the rebound out. Shot clock is off now. Jumper from the corner is way wide, and the ground rule says it's out of bounds. I probably say this a lot, but given the age of the gym and the way the stanchions are set up, there are cables coming down from the ceiling which retract the baskets. If it hits those cables, it's out of bounds. The newer gyms don't have that. But don't take this quaint little gym away from us anytime soon. Foul called. Joanna Estes picks up her first. Kate will get to the line for two here, looking for her third and fourth points of the game. Coach Baczynski wants to know why the fans aren't yelling at the refs.
Somebody has to come alive, which is really quiet.
Now, see, we're waiting for you to tee up the freshman coach over there, Coach. Loose rebound. It's a rarity that the offensive team gets their own rebound with the COVID regulations, but you do, and Kaylin Chase goes to the line for two. She makes them both, and it's 28-8. The lead is 20. 3 seconds left, and that shot's not going to go anywhere. So it will be Hawks ball to start the fourth. A 12-point quarter for the Hawks versus another 2-point quarter. So to say that the Harborwomen have a little work to do here in the fourth quarter is a bit of an understatement. Kenzie Foley leads all scorers with 11. Kaylin Chase has 6 in the Hawks attack. And no one has more than 2. For the Harborwomen at this point. So as I said, coming up at 5 will be the junior varsity hosting the Panthers of Plymouth South, and at 6 will be the Patriot Cup first round game between the Panthers and Harborwomen. This is the conclusion of the season for both the freshman and junior varsity teams. They do not go on past this regardless of the outcome of the varsity team in the Patriot Cup. So this is almost like a bonus home game. So to start the fourth quarter, we have Duggan out there. We have Moynihan out there. Monzi's out there. Kelly's out there. And I'm looking for the 5th. And Kate Hall makes up the 5 for Hingham. On the Hanover side, Stracco, Sophie Foley, Abby Smith, Claire Kennedy, and Abby Smith are your 5 to start the game. Or to start the quarter, I should say. So we just need the clock reset to 8 minutes, and there it goes. Team fouls are 4 for Hingham, 3 for the Hawks. It's a blue ball as we start. Our guest officials, varsity head coach Eugene Bazinski, junior varsity coach Dan Kuhn. If you're here late, freshman coach Brad Mitten worked the first half of the game. And we got a foul underneath, it'll be a push. The push will be on Kate Hall, that's her first. It'll be a sideline out to Hanover. Miss Smith to inbound for the Hawks. Waiting for the screen to clear. Sophia Foley has it. To Kenzie Foley, the law firm's in business. Comes around back to Sophia through Kenzie. 15 to shoot. Sophia Foley looking to drill penetrate. Baseline drive, down to 3. Forced a jumper and it rolls in. Kenzie Foley with the basket, and we're underway here in the fourth. Lead is 22, 30-8. Kate Hall. Back outside to Alexa Munzie. Jumper from the corner, way off. The follow is way off. And the rebound by Duggan, the baseline pass went a little astray, and Hawks control. So Sophia Foley will slow it down to the forecourt. Don't be surprised for the Hawks to take as much time off the shot clock as they can. There's no reason at this point to take a quick shot. It's actually the sportsmanship thing to do at this point with such a large lead. And that'll be a shot clock violation. But it's one of the ways not to run up a score in a situation like this. Here comes Moynihan. Moynihan's pass goes off of Kate Hall. It'll be Hawks ball. Hingham extends the defense. Duggan to guard the inbounder. Foley has no problem dribbling over the timeline. Sophia looks for Abby Smith, gets it back around the horn to Kenzie Foley, and back out to Sophia. Coming up on 10 to shoot. Kennedy on the give and go, score it. Kenzie Foley, 4 in the quarter, 15 in the game. Coming up on 5:40 to play here in regulation, 32-8 is the score. Courtney Duggan looking for the return pass from Monzi, but it doesn't get there. And back come the Hawks. And here come the junior varsity players. Led by Morgan Bazinski and a few others, who I didn't catch. Hard to miss Morgan's ginger hair. Shot off the glass off the side. That was Maeve Moynihan with it. 4:55 to play here in the fourth quarter, rather. Kennedy looking to dribble, penetrate back to Foley. Foley back out to Smith. Back to Foley. Foley looking for Kennedy. 9 to shoot. Kennedy thinking about the three. Defended well. We're down to 2. We're down to 1. And we got a traveling violation. So here comes the student body. And for most likely, for those 5 freshmen, they go off the floor for the final time this season. So Bruce is out there. Duggan's out there. Andrews is out there. Andrews has the ball now. It goes off her foot. But she picks it back up. Dribbles. Jumper top of the lane, top of the key, or top of the free throw line, I should say. Goes out. And with 4:08 remaining, it'll be Hingham ball. Courtney to inbound. So we've got Sarah out there. Sarah Bruce. New shot clock, no problem. Bruce to Andrews. Andrews lost the ball off the dribble. Kennedy has it. We'll slow it down. Give it to Bardinelli. Back to Kennedy. Around the horn it goes to Smith. Smith looks to get it to Bardinelli. 15 to shoot. Good defensive play there, and Duggan picks up the beneficiary of the loose ball. Harborwomen still looking for the first basket here in the fourth and trying to get to double digits. Stracco did the pocket picking, and the Hawks have another turnover. Bartonelli, Smith, Kennedy thinking about it, but we'll pass it back out. Take some more time off the clock. Kennedy drives, kick out to the corner, count it. Kaylin Chase with her 8th point in the game, and Brad's seen enough and wants a timeout. So 2:48 to play, 34-8 is the score. This one, folks, has never been in doubt. as the Hawks jumped out to a 14-0 first quarter lead. And this may have just been a quick timeout to get the subs in with 2:48 to play. Because Abby's out there now. Nina Crean's out there. Caroline Turnak's out there. So yeah, this was just a quick whistle to get the subs in. A long court pass. Jump ball on the way, just a bit outside. Good strong effort, but it'll be Hawks ball. Abby Smith to inbound. Abby's lead pass gets to Ashley Stracco. They'll wait to bring it over the timeline. Kate has it. Kate was looking for Kennedy. Pass was deflected, but as this day is gone, straight to a Hawk. Kennedy has it back out. 10 to shoot. Bartonelli with it. Down to 5 to shoot. He has to create something. Nice in pass down low. Count the basket. Kaylin Chase gets the double figures, her 10th point of the game. 2 minutes to play, 36-8 is the score. Entry pass down low, it's stolen. Now gets back to the corner, 3 ball in the corner, back rim. And we got a hold and a grab. And we'll see who Eugene calls it on. It'll be the 15. It should be the 16, but I don't think it's really going to matter here. Inbound pass is stolen by the Harborwomen. Caroline Turnak corralled it and brought it over the timeline. Turnak with it, jumps it off. She gets the offensive board. She goes up strong. Her shot hit the side of the backboard. And Bartonelli will just slow it down on the other side of the timeline. We're approaching 1:10 to play here in regulation. All Hawks, 36-8 here in the closing minutes of the season for the Harborwomen freshman group. 1 minute exactly to play. And pass by Bartonelli goes way out of bounds into the bleachers, at the end zone bleachers. And the Harborwomen will have one last chance or so to get to double figures in this one. Here comes Nia Crean. Nina has it. Dribble, score it. So it's 36-10. Foley has no problem dribbling out of the traffic. Sends it to Kennedy. They'll just play catch out here as we're under 20 seconds. Shot clock down to 10. Kennedy on the nice pass gets the roll. Just as the shot clock expires, she has 7 in the game. As the season's counting down, here's the long-range jumper, and that's the season. So your final score, 38-10. And probably one of the things that happened today is that Brad Matten did not get teed up by either Coach Eugene Bazinski or Coach Dan Clune, so that's the story. But the real story is Kaylin Chase with 10 points and Kenzie Foley leading all scorers with 15 for the Hawks. So that's your final score, 38-10. The Harborwomen freshman team end the season on a down note, but it was still all in all a good season for them. So on behalf of our executive producer of Hingham Athletics, Jim Quattromoni, our coordinating producer, Matt Feld. Today's game was directed by John Todd, and our stage manager, as always, Mary Ellen Holler. This is Greg Partika saying thank you for joining us, and have a pleasant afternoon.